Hello, so I wanted to make a video mostly for TradingView, so I'm still going to let this video public, but it's to explain the problem about Fib tool. So I'm gonna start by playing a video of a guy who is a certified Elliott analyst, just like I am. So just, you know, to explain to you that he knows what he's talking about. I'm pretty sure he's also a paying subscriber to TradingView, as I am. So let's listen to him, and I will come back after.
A diagonal on this. Call this a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's you just shouldn't do that. And here's why. And not to say that it couldn't be a slightly rule-breaking count, because you see that every once in a while, and we're talking a wick that we break this rule by. And the rule is that in a contracting diagonal, wave 1 should be longer than, well, it should be the longest wave, but it should be longer than wave 3. And I can see right here now that this is already going past that 100, right? So it violates it violates the rules just by a hair, right? So why are you being such a stickler? Well, for one, if you violate the rules at all, why even, and you count that as an Elliott count, why even be an Elliottician? Why even do this form of technical analysis? And really, why would you trade based on that information? Because don't you want to trade on the highest probability outcome? The way you should build an Elliott count is to know the rules and guidelines and the likelihood of different scenarios, so that you can build a count that not only works on the chart and looks right, but also adheres to the rules and guidelines in the highest probable, in the highest probable way.
So I'm back. Quick lesson on Elliott wave. You have two types of diagonals. The contracting one, where you have wave 1, which is the longest, longer than wave 3, and wave 3 is longer than wave 5. In this contracting diagonal type, wave 2 is also longer than wave 4, and you have an overlap between wave 2 and wave 4. That's the first type. Second type is the expanding diagonal, where wave 1 is shorter than wave 3, which is also shorter than wave 5. And you have wave 4, which is longer than wave 2 this time, and you still have an overlap between wave 4 and wave 2. So let's apply this to this graph of Ethereum that Tom was talking about. If I try to measure this with TradingView, I have wave 3, which is longer than wave 1, so that leaves us only with the expanding diagonal possibility. Oops, sorry. And well, unfortunately, wave 5 is shorter than wave 3, so it doesn't fit in any of those diagonal types, which means that which means that well, you cannot count this as a diagonal, and you have to come up with some type of overcount, like this, for example. The reality, though, when you have a software which has a Fib tool which is adapted to log scale, the reality is that it counts very well as an expanding diag. So let me measure it. We have wave 3 longer than wave 1. That's one thing. What about the wave 5 compared to wave 3? Oh, look at this. Wave 5 is longer than wave 3. Isn't that nice? What about wave comparison between wave 2 and wave 4? So I measure wave 2. Wave 4, look at this. Wave 4 is longer than wave 2. So this counts perfectly well as an expanding diag, when you have a proper Fib tool which is not misleading you into another count. This right there is a very textbook expanding diagonal. So instead of having to go through a shitty count like this, once you know that TradingView is misleading, well, you can very safely come up with this count as an expanding leading diagonal, which makes your life much, much, much easier to count all the move in this Ethereum thing, because now you know that you have either wave A or wave 1, and then what follows is either wave 2 or wave B. Let's measure it again. Well, on TradingView, where does this retrace? 382, which is for wave B or wave 2, it's kind of low probability. Let's see with a proper software, which is working correctly, where does this wave B retrace? Oh, boom, look at this, 618 to the tick. Isn't that nice? Which is very high probability for a wave B or wave 2. So now we have either A, B or 1, 2 with a very high level of confidence and certainty. So we know that this is either wave 3 or a wave C. So what do we do now? Well, with TradingView, we cannot do anything because the fib tool is shit, and if I try to measure this, then it doesn't help me at all in trying to figure anything. I mean, I can see that in this impulse, it looks like 5-wave structure, like this. If I had to put a count on it, like, I would, like, just by eyeing it, I would count something like this, but in order to anchor a count, I have to have a confirmation with Fibonacci, which I don't have here because your fib tool on TradingView is telling me that wave 3 is shorter than wave 1, which is, in this case, like, we should have an extending first, and then wave 5 would have to be shorter than wave 3, but does it look like an extended first? No. So, with a proper software now, let's see. Look at this. I have a wave 3, which is about 1.61 it's left from wave 1. I mean, very high probability, very standard. Now I'm even more sure that this count is right? It's so easy to put a correct Elliott wave count on a graph, when, especially in crypto, where the moves are so brutal, because we're speaking about a graph which went from 1.4k to $80. So, like, you have to use the log scale, and you have to have a proper fib tool which works to be able to put a high probability count on that. So wave 3 is 1618. Yeah, we can say it's kind of extended. So what's a high probability target for wave 5? It should be about between 382 and 618 of the net distance traveled from wave 1 through wave 3. Let's see. Boom, 618 to the tick. So with this, you can catch the bottom super easily. You can know where you are. With TradingView, again, well, where are you? The 236 is even below this. I mean, it's totally misleading. It's useless. I mean, it's making people make mistake. It's very bad. Like, I don't know how to say it any other way, but it's very, very bad. So now that, I mean, when you have proper software with a proper fib tool, well, you have this count. Now it's so easy, like, to spot the bottom. I mean, you can by the way, I'm going to show you something else. Look at this. If you measure this wave projected to here, what do you have? Bottom at 1618 again, which is very high probability for wave C or wave 3. On TradingView, you want me to do it? Well, here you go. Well, what kind of information does that give you? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't give me any kind of information. So it only misleads me into thinking that my count is wrong here. That's the only thing it does. So again, once you have this, I mean, you're very sure of your count. What you can do is, well, at this stage, you can channel it. Like, you take the end of wave 2, link it to the end of wave 4, project it to the end of wave 3, and your wave 5 should end here. Very easy. It's like a child play. Know that you can, when you have a proper fib tool which measure things correctly. It's so easy, like to spot the bottom. And when you are on TradingView, I mean, I'm sorry, but I pay money for software which so far has costed me money, because I only realized that recently. And it's like for something which is supposed to be a professional charting software, it's unbelievable. So yeah, that's the point I wanted to make for today. I really hope, TradingView, that you're going to fix this ASAP. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.